Eyelids are getting heavy, you're getting a little sleepy.
Sleep now.
And suddenly you have a knockout punch. Myth, magic, or boxing's latest much ado about nothing when we come back. And welcome back. You know, boxing has always been full of superstition. And old-timers swear that cornerman Evil Eye Ben Finkel put the whammy on Billy Conn back in 1937. And Livingstone Bramble used to practice voodoo. But what about hypnotism? Is it mumbo-jumbo or does it really work? Well, Going Deep found one fighter who believes it does. He invited correspondent George Chickarone to watch while he was put under the spell.
Very tough tonight with Willie Chapman. This is scheduled for 6. Griffith's very determined here right now.
Pow! Talmadge Two-Gun Griffiths is a 210-pound, 6'2" up-and-coming heavyweight that says his fight game has a mystical edge.
So I understand you have a little something extra going into these fights, huh?
I have a secret weapon.
That secret weapon is found in the most unlikely of places, a smoked-choked Las Vegas cabaret.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4.
I'm it. I'm the hypnotist.
You see, Talmadge, who is now 14-1-1, says he owes much of his success to Justin Tranz. Yes, that's Justin Tranz, as in just in trance. Call it what you like.
Call me Master.
But this Vegas hypnotist, rather than making him cluck like a chicken, turns him into a lean, mean, hypnotized fighting machine before each bout. Hard to believe?
Well, I'm a cross-eyed baboon.
Do you believe this really makes you a better fighter?
Yes, I'm 100% convinced that this helps me.
Justin Tranz, and yes, that is his legal name, before heading off to Vegas was a licensed Philadelphia hypnotherapist. You know, helping people lose weight and quit smoking, stuff like that.
There's more to this business than meets the eye.
He hooked up with Talmadge through a mutual friend, claiming to be able to help the boxer reach his subconscious being through hypnosis and basically reinforce him, boost his ego, take away all fears, and thus giving him complete confidence before stepping into the ring.
What I do with Talmadge, number one for him, is I get him to relax.
Relax, relax.
I get him to believe that he deserves to be there.
It tells you what you already know.
Well, I know I gotta see this. So before a recent Vegas bout,
Close your eyelids down, just letting go.
Going Deep was invited exclusively to sit in on his hypnotherapy session. Let's watch.
Obey the gleam of this brooch. Obey it.
Sleep now. Feel your body sinking, melting, twice as relaxed as you were before.
Once in the alpha state of consciousness, which is somewhere between fully awake and fully asleep, he programs Talmadge, using positive reinforcement to sharpen his physical and mental strengths.
Tonight you're going to fight a masterful fight. So with boxers, what I do is I get them to focus on who they are, what they are, focus on their strengths, not on their weaknesses. Now, when I count from 1 to 3, I want you to see yourself in that ring tonight, fighting, creating the fight that you want to fight. If Talmadge can be the best Talmadge that Talmadge can be, then the other fighter is in trouble because he better be at the top of his game too.
Just punching him of every mistake that he made.
I'm just picturing the fight the way I want it to be.
He wouldn't punch back, so I punched more.
I could just see everything. So when I go in the ring, it's exactly the same way.
He got frustrated. I saw a little bit of quit in his eyes.
You're ready to take this man out. And when you open your eyes, you know that you are the champion of this fight.
And a couple of hours later, in the ring, Talmadge made Justin's wish his command.
You will do as I command. Yes.
And TKO'd his opponent in the 3rd round. Still not convinced? Well, before about a couple of months ago,
Relax.
under hypnosis, Talmadge predicted his opponent would fall in 20 seconds.
20 seconds, 20-second fight. Wow.
He was wrong. It actually took 90 seconds.
He's stopping the fight. It's all over. Talmadge Griffiths with his 3rd straight first-round knockout.
Once I'm hypnotized, it's just impossible for me to lose because it's in my head. If I just come at him like a tornado, just do what I know that I can do, I just feel I'm unstoppable, and that's exactly, what he tells me.
But as the fight goes on, the more powerful and dangerous you become as you relax and melt even more.
I guess when most of us conjure up images of hypnotists, we think of funny-looking guys in strange hats. But in researching the story, I found several published reports about athletes that dabble in hypnotism, the power of suggestion to improve their performance on the field. Let's see, Don Sutton, Maury Wills, Nolan Ryan, just to name a few. So does it work? Well, I don't know. It kind of all depends on who you ask.
My first reaction is, it's not for me.
$10 I can hypnotize you, wise guy.
Joe Goosen, Hollywood trainer to the stars, doesn't get it.
Some fighters have some odd idiosyncrasies. Some slay chickens. Some, light candles. Some, I guess, get hypnotized.
While Dr. Flip Homansky, the former chief ringside physician for the Nevada Athletic Commission, says he believes.
When you get to the level of these world-class individuals, it is that little something extra that'll get you over the top.
I got to tell you, a lot of people think this is...
It's not bullshit. I mean, this is the real deal. If it was bullshit, I wouldn't do it.
Athletes, for years and years and always, take care of their bodies. They need a hypnotist for their mental ability and strength, too.
Sure, he gets his share of teasing.
Controlling action right now.
But doesn't mind. After all, he's convinced that the power of suggestion has the power to take him to the top of the heavyweight world.
He's the real deal.
Even if you don't see quite eye to eye with his training techniques.
George, some interesting stuff. And you've never been hypnotized because you have to be alert to start with.
Rolls me right out.
Yeah, you're out of the picture on that one. But when they do this, are you truly under a spell? Are you out of it?
It's not like the movies like we all grew up. Remember Abbott and Costello, Slowly I Turn, The Nutty Uncle, Niagara Falls. It's nothing like that at all. Basically what they do is they target the part of the brain that advertisers target. When you hear that annoying jingle in the back of your head and you can't get it out. That's the part of the brain that they trigger, and they basically reinforce you. So, you're doing things subconsciously, unconsciously.
Well, what does that do for the athlete who may second-guess himself, who might lack confidence in a stressful situation?
Well, that's what really helps Talmadge, because his big problem was he was very nervous before fights, and he needed something to get that out of his mind and get the edge. And basically, when you're under hypnosis, the hypnotist stresses that there is basically nothing to be nervous about. You've trained for this. You're ready. You're as good as you're going to get. And you actually believe it.
Yeah, well, how could this be a trend? I mean, Oprah has her own chef. People have their own therapist. In sports, people have their own hypnotist.
That's right. I think you're probably going to see more of this in the future. Tiger Woods, for instance, has his own psychologist, sports psychologist. So that's not really that far from what these guys do.